Welcome, everyone. Would you please rise for the presentation of the colors? And then, please remain standing for the recitation of our national anthem. Erin Portress, a graduate of the Colorado Christian University, will begin our ceremony today with a recitation of the national anthem. Following the recital of the national anthem, Lakewood Chaplain John Byrne will provide the invocation supporting today's ceremony.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Would you join me in this invocation? Dear Father in heaven, we thank you so much. We thank you for the men and women who go out every day and protect our community, who provide peace. You say, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. We thank you for their safety. We thank you for the awards that will be granted to them today. We pray for your continued protection as they continue to serve. We pray these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Byrne. And thank you, Ms. Portis. That was beautiful. On October 1st, 1962, the 87th Congress authorized President John Kennedy to proclaim May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the calendar week in which it falls as Police Week. On that day and throughout the week, law enforcement officers killed or wounded in the line of duty are to be honored nationwide. National Police Week also honors the service of our profession's men and women who stand night and day to protect and serve our communities. While our ceremony may not occur precisely during Police Week or on Peace Officers Memorial Day, this is still a time to recognize and honor the men and women of the Lakewood Police Department who daily serve and protect our community. Let us recognize the service of two of our former sergeants and an agent that Lakewood lost in 2023 and 2024. Lakewood Police Sergeant Chuck Turkelson, Lakewood Police Sergeant Al Padilla, Lakewood Police Agent Fred Saforo. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor these heroic individuals. I will now hand the reins of this ceremony to the most capable hands and our Public Information Officer, John Romero.
You all may be seated. The awards presented today will recognize professionalism along with a steadfast adherence to integrity, intelligence, and initiative, which are the cornerstones of the Lakewood Police Department. But before we get started with these awards, I'd like to recognize a few of our distinguished guests that are here with us today. Will you please stand and be recognized? City Manager, Kathy Hodgson. Assistant City Manager, Ben Goldstein. And City of Lakewood Mayor, Wendy Strom. If anyone was missed, please accept our sincerest apologies. On our stage today are Chief Phil Smith, Division Chief Mike Maestas, Division Chief Anita Kester, Division Chief Mark Reeves, and Awards Review Committee Chair Commander Adrian Alderette. Those reading the synopsis of these events today are myself, Commander Randy McNitt, Commander John Alish, Dawn Fink, Craig Jansen, Sergeant Sean Donovan, and Sergeant Chuck Conrad. Our first award, the Citizen Citation for Meritorious Service. The Citizen Citation for Meritorious Service is awarded to a private citizen for an act that involves uncommon risk to the citizen when providing assistance to the police department, or for an act that results in the saving of a life or attempted saving a life in which extraordinary efforts were used and uncommon risk to the citizen was involved. The Citizen Commendation is awarded for a private citizen who has significant assistance that he rendered to the police department in achieving its mission. Would Michael Ferguson, Michael Kramer, Ken Valdez, Derek Van Tassel, Rick Coleman, and Michael Milena please come forward? On April 4th, 2024, a 43-year-old male set 7 fires on and around the City of Lakewood Fox Hollow Golf Course property. 5 of these fires were set on the golf course while several golfers were actually using it. One fire was set approximately 50 yards from a private residence, which created a significant risk to 13 residents on Bear Creek Drive. Fox Hollow Golf Course received a call about a naked male starting fires on the property. The male was last seen in the creek near the 8th fairway. Smoke and small active fires, which were growing quickly, could be seen near both the 6th and 8th tee. Head golf pro Michael Kramer and assistant pro Michael Milena, accompanied by employees Michael Ferguson, Ken Valdez, Derek Van Tassel, and Rick Coleman, saw the man on the dam fanning the flames with his pants. Michael Milena and Rick Coleman stayed with the golf cart, while Michael Kramer, Ken Valdez, Derek Van Tassel, and retired agent Michael Ferguson approached the naked male and told him to sit down. The male began flopping on the ground as they approached. Michael Ferguson placed plastic zip ties on the male to detain him. The male stood up, broke the zip ties, and threatened to kill the Fox Hollow employees. Mr. Ferguson tackled the male, and he and 3 other employees held the male down by his legs. Mr. Ferguson and the other employees held the male down for about 15 minutes until law enforcement and the fire department arrived. You all played a significant role in apprehending a dangerous individual, which involved considerable risk to yourselves. Your willingness to get involved made the Lakewood community a much safer place that day. Therefore, we are honored to award you the Lakewood Police Department Citizen Citation for Meritorious Service and Citizen Commendation. Congratulations. Good to see you, buddy.
Can I have Parker Police Detective Don Cashman come to the stage, please? The Chief Special Recognition Award is awarded in recognition of special support to the police department or its personnel. Yes, right here. On June 20, 2023, the Lakewood Police Department began investigating a murder that occurred near the westbound West 6th Avenue off-ramp at Sim Street. A suspect in a Jeep Cherokee pulled up alongside the victim, who was on foot, and fired multiple rounds, killing him. Lakewood police detectives used traffic cameras to tentatively identify the suspect vehicle as an older model red Jeep and issued a BOLO bulletin statewide asking for help locating it. On June 21, 2023, you read the Lakewood Police Bulletin. After your workday, and here's the impressive part, you were heading home to prepare to fly out of the country and begin your vacation. And yet on the way home, you saw a vehicle that matched the description from the Lakewood Police Bulletin. Although off-duty and on your way home, you turned around to follow the vehicle. You were able to take pictures of the vehicle, get a temporary tag number, and saw that a single white male occupied the vehicle before losing sight of it. You also noted that the vehicle drove past the Parker Police Department and were later able to coordinate getting additional video footage of the vehicle from police cameras. You then ensured that Lakewood detectives received this information before leaving to begin your vacation. Lakewood police detectives were able to obtain registered owner information from that temporary tag and significantly were able to respond quickly to the last area where you had seen the vehicle. Detectives observed the suspect get into the vehicle and were able to follow him to a location in Strasburg, Colorado, where he was ultimately arrested. Detective Cashman, your attention to detail, professionalism, and commitment to service were critical in leading to the quick and safe arrest of a homicide suspect. We are honored to present you with the Chief's Special Recognition Award.
Good afternoon. My name is Commander John Alish, and I'll be also presenting a Chief Special Recognition Award for the West Metro Drug Task Force. If I could please have Commander Parr of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office come up and accept the award on behalf of all involved. Given the sensitive nature of their assignment, he will be accepting it, but I encourage you to read your handout that includes the names of all the people who worked so hard on this. Thank you, Commander. Members of the West Metro Drug Task Force conducted a long-term investigation into a large-scale drug trafficking organization beginning in August of 2022 and concluding in May of 2023. This drug trafficking organization was distributing large amounts of methamphetamine and fentanyl throughout the Denver metro area. Over the course of the investigation, detectives were able to infiltrate the organization. They made several undercover controlled purchases of methamphetamine and fentanyl, conducted untold hours of surveillance, and authored numerous warrants. By December of 2022, following the extensive time and work committed to this case, detectives initiated a wiretap investigation. As a result of this wiretap investigation, detectives were able to identify additional individuals involved in this drug trafficking organization, and several had direct ties to and connections to Mexican drug cartels. In January of 2023, it was learned this investigation was crossing over with an investigation being conducted by the Western Colorado Drug Task Force. At this time, that task force requested assistance with physical surveillance of a load vehicle traveling from Grand Junction to Lakewood every few weeks. The two agencies worked together to identify a suspected stash house in the metro area. In mid-May of 2023, two transport vehicles were identified and headed to the Denver area. The West Metro Drug Task Force conducted surveillance and observed when they arrived at the suspected stash house. At that time, it was decided the West Metro Drug Task Force would execute search warrants on the vehicles and the stash house. This effort resulted in the seizure of 160 pounds of methamphetamine, 3 kilograms of cocaine, and 5,100 fentanyl pills. The following day, intel was developed regarding another shipment of narcotics headed to the Denver area. The two task forces worked together to simultaneously take enforcement action on vehicles and known stash houses in Grand Junction and the Denver metro area. As a result of the coordinated search warrants, the West Metro Drug Task Force seized 146 pounds of methamphetamine, 4 firearms, and 96,000 fentanyl pills. Between these and other search warrants and controlled purchases, the West Metro Drug Task Force seized a total of over 400 pounds of methamphetamine, over 350,000 fentanyl pills, 22 pounds of fentanyl powder, 3 kilograms of cocaine, 1 pound of heroin, and 17 firearms. They obtained grand jury indictments of 16 members of the organization with over 100 charges. This was ultimately the largest single case seizure in the history of the West Metro Drug Task Force. Additionally, information developed in this case was shared with a partner agency in the Pacific Northwest, which resulted in the largest fentanyl seizure in the history of the Multnomah County, Oregon Task Force. The success of this investigation is a testament to the effectiveness and professionalism of the West Metro Drug Task Force. It can only be attributed to the hours of relentless police work by officers, special agents, investigators, and analysts from federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies. In recognition of this demonstrated collaboration, dedication, and professionalism, please accept the Chief Special Recognition Award. Congratulations.
Lakewood Police Department recruits were among the best academically in the 2023 Academy classes. Will agents Kevin Gotcher, Michaela Nevin, Lydia Norwig, and Francesca Snelling please come forward? Agent Snelling was second overall in Academy 2023-1. In the 2023-2 Academy, Agent Nevin was first overall, Agent Norwick second, and to complete the sweep, Agent Gotcher third. Congratulations to you all. Please accept these certificates for academic achievement. A Chief's Commendation is awarded to an employee who maintains his composure when confronted with a highly volatile situation and continues to perform well in accordance with acceptable standards of conduct. For an act giving evidence or selfless conduct by an employee during a time of crisis or emergency, for a notable performance during an event or situation in which the employee demonstrates commitment and professionalism. It also may be awarded at the discretion of the Chief of Police based upon a recommendation from any source. Lead Code Enforcement Officer Chris Barnes, please come forward. After a 75% loss to the code enforcement team in early spring 2023, you went above and beyond any expectations of an employee. You single-handedly worked on over 550 cases and over 3,000 calls for service while maintaining a positive can-do attitude without complaining too much at all. Better man than I am. Amidst the controlled chaos, you could still be counted on to volunteer with compassion for those less fortunate. In your self-motivated fashion, you proactively took the initiative to clean an alleyway of transient debris encompassing trash, mattresses, human feces, and needles. You shoveled the snow from the sidewalks of elderly and disabled residents when the violation was called out, and swept a pile of pine needles off the street by an older adult's home. You even took 2 separate mornings to help an older woman remove close to 200 smelly trash bags stored in a bedroom of her condo, which was far too cumbersome for her to carry down 3 flights of stairs. With little self-preservation in mind, you also sacrificed taking a much-needed summer vacation, knowing that taking time off could set the team back and lead to difficulty catching up. As a result of your hard work, your team was able to stay on top of the numerous calls for service, which was encouraging to your supervisor and, most importantly, our citizens. Officer Barnes, you demonstrated dedication and selflessness when your team needed you the most and have shown a willingness to give back to your community. In recognition of your commitment and profession, we are very honored to award you the Lakewood Police Department Chief's Commendation. Congratulations. For this following commendation, Sergeant Angela Garza, please come forward. You serve as the Regional Training Coordinator for our Crisis Intervention, or CIT program, overseeing a myriad of responsibilities vital to success. This includes managing ongoing community meetings, staying abreast of continuing education opportunities, conducting training sessions, and administering 2 CIT basic certification classes annually. Additionally, you complete a detailed annual report that tracks all relevant information for your program. Certified in CIT since 2009, you ascended to become a coach in the field, leveraging your extensive expertise to mentor others effectively. Your dedication to CIT led you to assume pivotal roles as the CIT coordinator for the Lakewood Police Department and course director for the Jefferson County Regional CIT since 2012. In these capacities, you meticulously maintain CIT records and spearhead comprehensive departmental trainings and initiatives. Your commitment to CIT transcends local boundaries. By attending the CIT International Conference in 2023, you obtained certificates as a CIT program coordinator and train the trainer, further fortifying your expertise. Your impact is palpable within the Jefferson County Crisis Intervention Team Committee Board, where you have served since 2017. Sergeant Garza, in simple terms, our CIT program may not exist without your tenacity and efforts in keeping it afloat. We are honored to award you the Lakewood Police Department Chief's Commendation. Congratulations. For this following commendation, Russ Johnson, Police Investigative Technician, please come forward. You joined the Lakewood Police Department theft team as a civilian technician 2 years ago. Your dedication to this role is evident in your continuous efforts to assist the team. Your commitment to lightening the load for detectives is commendable. You take on the time-consuming administrative details such as booking property, doing CSI work, photo lineups, and retrieving various types of evidence, allowing detectives to focus on their cases. You are also regularly in the field processing recovered stolen cars. Your initiative is further demonstrated in your willingness to handle cases with minimal leads, develop good investigative leads, and provide detectives with workable cases. Over the past 6 months, you have been the point person for the Lakewood Auto Theft Reduction and Recovery Grant. You were an integral part of the grant's development and implementation. You used your administrative skills to develop various program details, such as tracking documents, release forms, instructions on what to do if the participant's vehicle is stolen, and program advertising. Once the grant was up and running, you tackled many details required to provide theft deterrent devices and install trackers for our Lakewood citizens. You contacted every victim of a motor vehicle theft and offered them the program, and contacted every participant, giving them simple and practical information. Hence, they knew where to go, what to bring, and what to expect. You also simplified the appointment scheduling process by meeting with the IT department and placing a link on the department's website that allowed participants to schedule their installation at their convenience. This simple change caused the program to expand rapidly. You developed a simple resource for patrol agents by designing a business card with a QR code that links to the online scheduling program. You met with the police department's public information officer, developed advertising for the program, and even did a voiceover that was part of a local news station broadcast talking about this program. You are truly the face of this program. You are the first person participants meet when they arrive. Your infectious smile and gentle professional personality set people at ease as you conduct the installation of tracking devices and theft deterrent items. To date, you have personally signed up approximately 400 participants. This has all been done in addition to your regular duties. Many participants have expressed appreciation for the program, which reflects positively on our police department. Mr. Johnson, your performance is a testament to your commitment and competence. We are honored to award you the Lakewood Police Department Chief's Commendation. Congratulations. For this following commendation, Caring by Sharing members Lisa Clark and Jennifer Henderson, will you please come forward? Sorry, Jen, you have to be in the spotlight for this one. For over 35 years, the Caring by Sharing program has hand-delivered holiday baskets filled with food and gifts to community members in need during our holiday seasons. This outstanding program has positively impacted households across the city of Lakewood on many levels for many years. In addition to holiday baskets, the Sharing by Caring program provides backpacks, school supplies, and winter apparel to the Jeffco Action Center throughout the year to further assist community members. Caring by Sharing is funded solely by donations from City of Lakewood employees and local businesses. Each year, organizers of the Caring by Sharing program conduct a bake sale and a hot dog and chili sale to raise money for the program. These fundraising events raise money for the program and bring City of Lakewood employees together to strengthen their sense of teamwork and enhance employee cooperation. The Caring by Sharing program organizers are Pamela Persch, Therese Margagi, Lisa Clark, and Jennifer Henderson. This program is so impactful to community members and during times when support is so crucial. Amid rising costs for food and products, arguably there's never been a time when such a program is more vital to our community. It is heartwarming to see the genuine care that these program organizers have for the community. In honor of your hard work and dedication to this program to ensure its continued existence, we are all privileged to award you the Lakewood Police Department Chief's Commendation. Congratulations. The annual LPD Top Gun Automobile Theft Award is presented to the agent who, through their dedicated work, made a significant impact in addressing auto theft in the city of Lakewood. An agent is awarded 1 point, otherwise known as a lightning bolt, for each physical arrest of an automobile theft suspect. The recipient of the Top Gun Award for 2023 is a tie between Agent Aaron Hassel, who has been the recipient 10 previous times, you have to share this time, and Agent Harris Mahick. They each had 7 motor vehicle theft arrests. Their names will be added to our Top Gun Lightning Bolt plaque. Agent Harris Mahick is unable to attend. His wife, Laura Thomas, will accept on his behalf. Will Agents Hassel and Ms. Thomas please come forward? Automobile theft crosses many lines and often involves other crimes, many of which involve firearms and crimes of violence. There are many reasons for this reported increase, none of which are because of a lack of effort on behalf of sworn law enforcement professionals. These 2 agents have demonstrated their understanding of the impact of having your vehicle stolen and are passionate about holding automobile thieves accountable for their actions. Agents Hassel and Agent Mahick use unique methods of apprehending thieves and have demonstrated their effectiveness hundreds of times throughout their careers. These law enforcement professionals have undoubtedly impacted automobile thefts metro-wide. Community members and department personnel appreciate these agents' hard work and dedication. On behalf of all stakeholders, thank you for your service and your professionalism. Agent Harris Mahick and Aaron Hassel, we present you with the 2023 Top Gun Auto Theft Award. Congratulations. Agent Chris Gearhart, please come forward. There were 434 DUI arrests made in Lakewood in 2023, with 113 agents making at least 1 impaired driving arrest. Overall, impaired driving arrests were up in 2023 by 3.7% as compared to 2022. This year, Agent Chris Gearhart has claimed his 3rd DUI Enforcer of the Year award with a total of 44 impaired driving arrests. His name will be added to our DUI Enforcer of the Year plaque for the year 2023. There are abundant options for impaired drivers, such as rideshare services, taxis, public transportation, or using a designated driver. Still, it is apparent that citizens are driving impaired by drugs or alcohol. To punctuate this fact, 45% of our fatal crashes in 2023 had alcohol or drugs as a contributing factor. The need to focus on impaired driving to make our streets safer should and will continue in Lakewood. Congratulations to Agent Gearhart, our top DUI enforcer, whose dedication and efforts saved numerous lives. We present to you the 2023 DUI Enforcer of the Year Award. Congratulations. This year, Ted Struzeski will be recognized with our Volunteer of the Year Award. Ted, will you please come forward? Ted consistently serves as an on-call victim advocate, providing critical victim services to those experiencing crisis and trauma in our community. Sworn, civilian, employee, and community members alike experience Ted's kind and friendly demeanor and his always helpful attitude. Ted is part of the Jefferson and Gilpin County Community Crisis Response Team and participates in ongoing training to remain prepared for various types of tragedies that could arise within the Lakewood community and the wider Jefferson and Gilpin counties. He has repeatedly expressed availability and willingness to assist with critical incidents and other community events. Ted is always prompt and reliable and prioritizes his obligations with the team. In fact, in Ted's 7 years of service with Lakewood PD Victim Assistance, Ted has never missed a team meeting and every year has committed to more than the required number of on-call shifts. He is also known to jump in whenever possible to fill open shifts or any last-minute needs. With his incredible experience, Ted mentors others on the volunteer team and assists with training incoming volunteers. Ted's compassion and empathy when working with victims are unparalleled, and his skills with leadership show through his encouragement of team members in all situations. He is an amazing example of self-sacrifice and commitment to the Lakewood Police Department. Ted, please accept the Lakewood Police Department Volunteer of the Year Award. You have certainly earned this recognition. Congratulations.
This year, Senior Crime Scene Analyst Amy Labs will be recognized with the Civilian of the Year Award. Amy, would you come forward, please? Analyst Lab has displayed an unwavering commitment to excellence and exceptional dedication to her duties in the crime lab. Over the past year, she has demonstrated outstanding leadership, resilience, and remarkable ability to handle multiple responsibilities gracefully and efficiently. Amy has made history with the department by becoming the first female drone team member to obtain an FAA drone pilot's license. This accomplishment highlights her pioneering spirit, underscores her commitment to embracing new technologies, displays her high level of intelligence, and embraces the capabilities of the Lakewood Police Department drone team. One of the outstanding achievements that exemplifies Amy's dedication to her role is her seamless coverage as the only full-time digital forensic analyst for 8 consecutive weeks. During this time, she took on the monumental task of conducting over 30 cell phone examinations. She had completed over 125 mobile device examinations in 2023. Her thoroughness and detailed approach to examining multiple mobile devices of varying brands and models has significantly contributed to numerous criminal investigations. In one homicide investigation, an evidence cell phone with a bullet hole through the center of the device was submitted to the lab. Leveraging her skills in cell phone repair, Amy rebuilt the damaged phone by incorporating parts from a spare device obtained from the crime lab repository. She successfully retrieved crucial data from the reconstructed phone. In another instance, Analyst Labs was tasked with inquiring about the storage location of a recovered temporary photo from a third-party application. It was Snapchat. Using a meticulous and thorough approach, she conducted extensive research and tested various application functions to determine how the photo was preserved within the third-party platform. This clearly illustrates her precise approach to highly technical challenges and her ability to navigate complex situations with poise and determination. Notably, during this time, Analyst Labs excelled in her crime scene on-call duties, where she undertook the challenging responsibility of handling several homicides during her on-call weeks, all while covering and sustaining a constant workload for the digital forensic unit. Despite this intense demands of these cases, she never wavered from the high forensic standards of the crime lab, ensuring that all aspects of her responsibilities were fulfilled within the utmost professionalism.
But wait, there's more. What truly sets Amy apart in her willingness to go above and beyond to support her colleagues, always ready to step in and assist when needed. She has proven to be a reliable team player and a highly valuable asset to the entire department. She does this with kindness, wit, and calm, with no complaints, regardless of what other duties she may be attending to elsewhere. In addition to her exemplary performance within the organization, Analyst Labs has taken on leadership roles in two prestigious forensic organizations, the Rocky Mountain Division of the International Association of Identification and Rocky Mountain Association of Blood Pattern Analysts, holding the office of president in both. These appointments demonstrate her commitment to and leadership in the regional forensic community. As a dedicated and accomplished individual, Analyst Labs has consistently demonstrated an exceptional commitment to personal and professional growth. Analyst Labs stands out for her significant achievements in attaining master's degrees in forensic science and management and leadership. In 2023, she obtained a master's degree in business administration. These accomplishments showcase her intellectual prowess and underscore her insatiable thirst for knowledge and personal development. Her academic achievements are a testament to her unwavering dedication and drive to excel in her forensic discipline. Analyst Labs has demonstrated her commitment to the Lakewood Police Department by co-authoring the development and submission of 2 synthetic opiate grant proposals, both of which were not only meticulously written, but have made a significant impact on the examination of locked mobile devices in the crime lab. The awarded grant, totaling $200,371, reflects not only the quality of the proposals, but also the recognition of the importance of the work being done. The financial support has contributed significantly to the development and implementation of 2 forensic tools aimed at addressing the challenges related to locked mobile devices for synthetic opiate overdose cases. In summary, Senior Crime Scene Analyst Amy Labs embodies the qualities of an exceptional leader and a dedicated professional. Her outstanding contribution to the digital forensic field, her leadership roles in professional organizations and within the crime lab, and her pioneering achievements within the department make her a deserving candidate for the Civilian of the Year award. Her unwavering commitment to excellence and her ability to lead with integrity make her a true leader. And we are honored to present her with the Civilian of the Year award.
This year, Detective Jeff Hodgson will be recognized with the Detective of the Year award. Detective Hodgson, please come forward. In the summer of 2022, a series of auto thefts and burglaries took place at auto dealerships in the Denver metro area. The Colorado Independent Automobile Dealers Association, also known as CIADA, shared their frustration with these thefts with the Colorado Auto Theft Prevention Authority, also known as CATPA. The dealerships that were being victimized were becoming frustrated with local efforts to stop the thefts and posted a plea for help on Facebook along with a $20,000 reward. At about the same time, several retired Colorado State Police vehicles were stolen in the North Metro area. Members of Colorado State Patrol and members of the state's Beat Auto Theft through Law Enforcement North area discovered a connection between the two episodes. Soon after Cat Paw passed on the information from CIATA to CMAT detectives were provided contact information for an individual who wanted to remain anonymous with information about this group involved and the dealerships with the theft of the vehicles. CMAT detectives followed up on the information provided by this informant and identified numerous suspects, some of whom were as young as 15. It was learned that in addition to the dealerships, this group was involved in burglaries and additional motor vehicle thefts throughout the Denver metro area. At this point, CMAT supervisor staff saw that this group had the possibility of a grand jury and appointed Detective Jeff Hodgson as the primary detective on this case. CMAT then named this case A Toda Madre, or ATM. This crew targeted convenience stores with ATMs and stores selling liquor, clothing, and vape products. The burglaries were committed using stolen trucks, primarily stolen from Denver International Airport and the surrounding areas. The preferred stolen vehicle typically included 2015 to 2020 Ford trucks, which were stolen using a vehicle diagnostic and programming tool. The investigation was very challenging initially, as most of the suspects had no prior criminal history and were not U.S. citizens, so very little existed in terms of identifying information. Critical to moving the investigation forward, Detective Hodgson and a National Insurance Crime Bureau specialist agent performed infotainment acquisitions through the Burles system. Eventually, 39 such acquisitions were completed, providing cell phone and GPS data that helped link many suspects. Several suspects were arrested early on in the investigation and through interviews performed by Detective Hodgson and other CMAT detectives, they were able to obtain additional information and develop additional informants. He authored warrants for cell phone data acquisitions that further linked the suspects to the location of the thefts of each other. Based on the information obtained from the interviews, numerous surveillance and tracker operations were conducted by all the CMAT detectives over the course of 6 months to gather evidence. This helped Detective Hodgson to identify valid names for the suspects, which he then used to complete Facebook account acquisitions and additional cell phone downloads. All this information helped to solidify the ATM crew's organized criminal activity. The investigation concluded at the end of March 2023 with over 100 stolen vehicles valued at over $3.5 million. Eventually, the grand jury returned indictments for 13 defendants on 121 counts. This case took over a year to complete, and Detective Hodgson's tenacity, patience, and initiative to see this case through were evident throughout the case. Detective Hodgson spent thousands of hours authoring search warrants and reports, interviewing suspects, and working with other police agencies in the metro area and the metro area district attorneys to bring this COCA case to a grand jury. His final filing document to the DA was over 320 pages. His investigative skills assisted in ending this criminal enterprise. It is an honor and a privilege to award Jeff Hodgson the 2022 Detective of the Year Award. Congratulations. This year, Agent Tabor Anderson will be recognized with the Patrol Agent of the Year Award. Agent Anderson, please come forward. From the last rotation in 2022 through all of 2023 and into the first rotation of 2024, as he was assigned to the Patrol Division, Agent Tabor Anderson has significantly impacted the community, the department, and his team. His hard work and expertise have been repeatedly evident in his efforts, in addition to his efforts within multiple groups within the Lakewood Police Department. Due to his significant contributions last year, he earned an evaluation rating as a top performer. Agent Anderson has demonstrated that he is a top-tier patrol agent due to the quality and quantity of his daily work. He has one of the top work ethics of any agent. Not only is he active in response to routine calls for service, but he is also intrinsically motivated, leading him to be a catalyst for proactive enforcement activities. His 2023 and 2024 patrol logs have several examples documenting his significant number of felony arrests. He is particularly responsive to community concerns as he is active in Lakewood High crime areas, with these arrests including Colfax and Sheridan and the Wadsworth RTD light rail station. He routinely leads Sergeant Larson's team in monthly arrests despite working fewer shifts, as he is commonly involved in SWAT training and firearms instruction. His 2022, 2023, and 2024 patrol logs have many kudos from agents and detectives referencing his activity and the quality of his work on duty. At the start of 2023, the Lakewood citizens residing in the Two Creeks neighborhood were upset about the increase in overall crime in their area. In response to this problem, the department directed enforcement efforts to that area. Agent Anderson, using his community partnerships at the Conoco and Easy Pond nearby, attacked the most significant source of all this crime as he targeted narcotics sales in the area of West Colfax Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard. Using the traffic cameras and his observations, he put solid cases for court together and arrested a drug dealer almost daily. His efforts would not stop there, as he successfully interviewed some of these suspects and obtained valuable information about the source of the fentanyl being dealt with in this area. He forwarded that relevant information to the West Metro Drug Task Force, detectives, and sergeants. Sergeant Larson observed that Agent Anderson's efforts at this location were unmatched by any other Watch 1 or Watch 2 effort. Specifically, Agent Anderson's efforts moved narcotic sales and drug users out of this location, lowering overall crime in the area. This area has less visible crime and disturbances than Sergeant Larson has seen in the area in his last 20 years, even compared to the Deanna Barnes area. Agent Anderson routinely makes excellent decisions in his tactical response to calls for service. As an example of this, Agent Anderson responded to a residence for an autistic and bipolar suspect who had made death threats with a weapon to his family. Agent Anderson and a team located the suspect in a nearby park who was verbally uncooperative with agents. While Agent Anderson was giving verbal commands and armed with a less lethal shotgun, the suspect had an empty holster and asked agents to shoot and kill him. And he then made a motion as if he was reaching for a gun. Agent Anderson deployed a less lethal round, which struck the suspect, who then surrendered, preventing an officer-involved shooting. As the suspect did not have a firearm when he was detained, Agent Anderson followed up with the family and took possession of the suspect's firearms. Agent Anderson always has a positive attitude in any task he's given, which is always completed at a level that exceeds expectations. Agent Anderson routinely assists Watch 4 agents in resolving calls so that they can go home. In one case, he resolved a crime spree for multiple West Colfax Avenue businesses as a transient shattered $40,000 worth of windows along West Colfax Avenue across Watch 4 and Watch 1 hours. Agent Anderson located the uncooperative suspect, and the suspect ultimately had to be apprehended with a taser. When the need arises, he will respond to high-priority calls for service even after he's been called off duty. He routinely volunteers for overtime shifts to work past his shift to cover Watch 2 and Watch 3 deployment needs. During an in-service day, 7 hours of electronic training were to be completed. Agent Anderson completed an impromptu 1-hour training, which had been provided to him in a SWAT training for a patrol agent response to a hostage situation. This training was useful as agents had responded to a hostage situation a week prior, and he was able to provide competent instruction and answer questions from an engaged group of agents who were clearly interested in this topic. In 2023, Agent Anderson gained expertise in gang identification and documentation, for which he was awarded a Wingman of the Month award by Sergeant Valdez of SIU. He created a laminated field interview card to assist agents with gathering the proper documentation to add suspected gang members to COG. He also attended most of the roll calls for each watch as he explained gang documentation and encouraged the use of the FI card that had been created. Agent Anderson served as a field training agent. He has demonstrated his ability to teach, coach, and show patience to his RAs, and these RAs were more successful in the FTA program and now on their own directly as a result of his effort in the FTA program. He specifically taught and exposed RAs to specific topics, including gang recognition and identification, in addition to more complex cases of narcotic distribution, felon with weapons, and special offender arrests. Agent Anderson was the only agent who assisted Detective Weichert with installing the signal sidearm units for the entire department. Agent Anderson is heavily involved in SWAT. He attends most of the team training and has been active in SWAT firearm training in addition to be training the entire team on other topics. Sergeant Linnertz stated that Agent Anderson participated in most of the 50-plus SWAT callouts during 2023. Sergeant Linnertz described Agent Anderson as a talented SWAT operator and an informal, solid leader. Sergeant Linnertz advised that Agent Anderson authored and submitted an action memo to risk management to get suppressors for SWAT operators on the team. He followed through with the purchase and installation of these suppressors. Sergeant Linnertz also advised that Agent Anderson had been active in creating courses of fire and practicals for deliberate clearances at high-risk apprehensions. As a rifle armorer, Sergeant Linnertz advised that Agent Anderson had been tasked with maintaining SWAT assault rifles. Agent Anderson is an informal leader and is now in line to become a formal leader for the succession in the department's firearms program. In 2023 and 2024, he attended several courses, including handgun instructor, red dot instructor, rifle instructor, train the trainer, and several armorer classes and certifications. These will allow him to be a significant leader in the firearms program in the future. Sergeant Jackson advised that Agent Anderson is the only PD employee with enough hours in mandatory classes to become a full skills instructor through post for firearms, that he is one of the most voluntary instructors to sign up for helping out at the range. When he is there, he is more than willing and competent to teach and demonstrate anything firearms related. He is a very competent and thorough instructor, and his shooting skills are among the department's best. Sergeant Jackson added Agent Anderson was also incredibly helpful for the academy range, as Agent Anderson worked 15 range days with over 120 hours of instruction for the academy. Agent Anderson's efforts are clearly deserving of being awarded as this year's Agent of the Year. Congratulations. The Chief's Award for Excellence in Community Policing may be awarded to any police employee or any employee of the City of Lakewood who has distinguished themselves in the area of community service and problem-oriented policing. Through their own initiative, eligible employees should demonstrate innovation, creativity, or participation in a program that significantly impacts the quality of life in our community. The program may involve efforts in problem solving, work with a citizens group, or creation of a program or process that promotes partnerships within the community. Princess Griffin and Matt Wallington, please come forward. In the years since joining the department, homeless navigators Princess Griffin and Matthew Wallington have housed over 130 people, prevented the loss of housing for dozens more, and offered resources to hundreds others. They go above and beyond their job duties to aid the community's most vulnerable by providing everything from short-term resources and necessities to long-term case management. They have also been essential in developing the city's severe weather shelter program and have worked extra hours staying late and working on weekends to solve problems and help people in need. As our community and state grapple with the largest homeless population we have ever seen, along with the current migrant crisis, Princess and Matt have endured community frustration along with political and societal pressure. They have been told to solve it, do better, and sometimes that they haven't done enough. In some cases, they have committed themselves despite a lack of resources and support. All the while, no matter what, they remain focused on their mission, one person at a time, with intentionality and poise. The law enforcement profession is full of top-tier people committed to service and sacrifice. That sacrifice and service has evolved with the introduction of co-responders alongside our police agents. Matt and Princess embody these ideals and have been every bit a part of the Lakewood Police Department's mission and evolution as any of our sworn personnel. They are a great example of employees who truly go above and beyond for the community while exhibiting a positive attitude and a willingness to assist citizens and other employees at all times. Their leadership and flexibility in developing and improving programs to help people without housing show a true dedication to their clients and the community. They consistently demonstrate a willingness to work with all city departments to help people without housing and reduce the impact of homelessness on our community. Co-workers say they are two of the most genuine and selfless human beings they have ever had the privilege of knowing. They feel blessed to serve alongside Matt and Princess and call them friends and respected colleagues. Their kindness never seems to run out. Their job can often be largely thankless and polarizing, but they remain tireless in their efforts to help our homeless community. Princess and Matt, you have distinguished yourselves in the areas of community service and problem-oriented policing. Through your own initiative, you have demonstrated innovation, creativity, problem-solving, and dedication that significantly impacts the quality of life in our community. We are honored to present you with the Chief's Award for Excellence in Community Policing. Congratulations.
The Life Saving Award is given to an employee whose efforts result in saving a life. Agent Eric Costomo, please come forward. On July 31st of 2023, agents responded to a domestic disturbance at 10370 West 13th Avenue. As agents arrived on scene, dispatch advised the male suspect had thrown a flower pot through a plate glass window, cut himself on the broken glass, and sustained what a trauma surgeon later referred to as a significant, immediate, life-threatening hemorrhage to the radial artery. Agent Costomo, you had the foresight to bring your vehicle medical kit to the scene. When the suspect approached agents in the driveway, it was immediately clear he was severely bleeding from a deep laceration to his right forearm. Despite the chaotic scene, you calmly assessed the wound and expertly applied a tourniquet to the male's upper right arm. The bleeding stopped, and the male slipped in and out of consciousness as paramedics arrived. The male was transported to St. Anthony Hospital and underwent emergency surgery for the severed radial artery. The trauma surgeon later wrote to the Lakewood Police Chief, commending your actions during the incident. Dr. J.A. Johanigman said, "If it had not been for Agent Costomo's prompt and life-saving maneuver, I have significant concerns that he would not have survived to make it to the hospital. As a result of your rapid and effective placement of a tourniquet, we were able to successfully repair the injury and resuscitate the patient. I expect him to have a very favorable outcome. The citizens of Lakewood are indeed lucky to have such a highly trained, competent, and capable officer protecting them and their community. Due to your exemplary response to this emergency, the male survived an otherwise deadly incident. We are all privileged to present you with the Lakewood Police Department Life Saving Award."
The next life-saving award is being presented to Agent Emily Polatsky. Agent Polatsky, please come forward. On February 22nd, 2024, you were working an extra duty shift at Colorado Christian University, located at 121 South Campus Drive, when a medical emergency call came in regarding a 22-year-old female possibly having a seizure. As the first responder on scene, you ensured the scene was safe and immediately jumped in and began assessing the patient. You then confirmed that the West Metro Fire Department was on the way to the location with a code response. The female patient had suffered an unknown medical event and was now unconscious with periodic breaths. You monitored her condition by doing pulse checks and assuring a clear airway as you asked witnesses questions. The patient then went completely unresponsive and was not breathing, so he began chest compressions and continued CPR until West Metro medics arrived. West Metro took over CPR efforts, utilized life-saving techniques and equipment, and ultimately transported her to St. Anthony's Hospital. The West Metro Lieutenant for Station 3 commended you for your life-saving efforts prior to their arrival. After this incident, you notified the patient's mother, who was out of state, so that she was aware of the incident. Upon follow-up a few days later, the patient was doing much better and ultimately recovered. Agent Pulaski, your quick and decisive response to this incident was critical in saving the patient's life. The patient and her family were beyond grateful for the actions you and the first responders took and extended their heartfelt gratitude. In consideration of your exemplary response to this medical emergency, it is my honor to present you with the Lakewood Police Department Life-Saving Award. Congratulations. Congrats again.
The Distinguished Service Medal is awarded to an employee who demonstrates bravery, courage, and self-sacrifice for others where significant risk is involved. Chief's commendations are also being awarded for this incident. Can I get Agents Nick Graham, Mike LaForgia, and Agent Ty Richenbach to the stage, please? Agent Michael Ehrlich is also receiving a chief commendation, and unfortunately, he is not able to attend today. It's a good-looking group of men right here. On December 19th, 2023, Agents Graham and LaForgia were assigned to an unmarked police vehicle. The agents were tasked with combating crime in hotspot areas within Lakewood. Their assignment directed them to 5410 West 3rd Place, where they observed a vehicle associated with a subject wanted on a felony warrant. The agents trailed the vehicle to Comfort Suites at 620 Federal Boulevard and conducted surveillance to verify the presence of the fugitive. Shortly after arrival, the suspect vehicle began to circle the agents in the parking lot. Fearing their surveillance operation was compromised, Agent Graham began driving to exit the parking lot. The suspect vehicle approached from the rear, and an occupant fired recklessly several bullets from a handgun at the unmarked police car. One bullet struck the driver's side rear passenger window, traveled forward between the agents, and struck the headliner above the front passenger seat where Agent LaForgia was seated. Agent Graham took immediate action and drove over a median to create distance from the suspect. The agents aired critical information, including the suspect vehicle description and license plate number. And the suspect vehicle fled from the scene. With great fortune, neither Agent Graham nor Agent LaForgia sustained injury. As Lakewood agents and officers of the Denver Police Department rushed to the scene, Agent Richenbach received a license plate recognition hit on the suspect vehicle at West Colfax Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard. Agent Richenbach viewed Argus cameras and witnessed the vehicle enter the parking lot at the Rocky Mountain Motel. Agent Richenbach quickly aired the information and orchestrated a hasty yet sound response to contain the vehicle. The suspect vehicle was immobilized. One male was immediately taken into custody, and several others were called out of a motel room where they had taken refuge. The ensuing investigation by Denver police detectives revealed the shooting suspect got out of the vehicle prior to its arrival at the Rocky Mountain Motel. Once the suspect was identified, the Denver Police Department obtained a felony warrant for him, which included a criminal attempt murder charge. A criminal bulletin was subsequently issued by the Denver Police Department displaying the suspect's photograph. On December 29th, at approximately 10:16 p.m., agents Agent Ehrlich observed two males walking at West Colfax Avenue and Depew Street. He noted one male displayed distinct features akin to the shooting suspect. Agent Ehrlich summoned other agents and clearly communicated his observations. He maintained the visual surveillance of the males as he organized a response. Agent Ehrlich recognized the males may pose a significant risk to agents, and in consideration, he directed and communicated a tactically sound approach. Due to his diligent planning, agents converged and contained the males, drastically limiting their ability to flee. One of these males was a suspect who was in fact wanted for criminal attempt murder for shooting at Agents Graham and LaForgia. Agent Ehrlich transported this suspect to the Jefferson County Jail. Agents Graham and LaForgia, for your selfless and courageous actions, we are honored to award you the Lakewood Police Department Medal of Distinguished Service. And it's also my privilege to award Agents Ehrlich and Richenbach with the Chief's Commendation.
The Purple Heart Award may be awarded when an employee is wounded or seriously injured by a deadly weapon as a result of an assault while the employee is performing his official duties and responsibilities. Distinguished Service Awards are also being awarded for this incident. Sergeant Sean Donovan and Agents Matthew Weems and Jesse Newhard, please come forward. On March 27, 2023, at approximately 1:41 p.m., Lakewood police agents were dispatched to a tone alert as a robbery at gunpoint had just occurred at 455 South Oak Street. Agents received details that a United States postal carrier was held at gunpoint and robbed by two juvenile females. Details of the description of both female suspects were aired to responding agents. Agent Aaron Gregory arrived on scene first and confronted the two suspects. One suspect ran north away from Agent Gregory, while Agent Gregory and other responding agents believed a second suspect was inside the United States Postal Service mail truck. Agent Gregory aired travel directions and described the fleeing female suspect while she held on to the USPS truck awaiting backup. Agents Cash, Bacon, and Winters arrived on scene with Agent Gregory to address the USPS truck. Agents Craig Cash, Jesse Newhard, Matt Weems, Chris Bacon, Kyle Winters, along with K-9 Duke and Sergeant Sean Donovan were also next on the scene. Agent Newhard arrived in the area and spotted the fleeing female at the last location Agent Gregory aired, West Dakota Avenue and South Owen Street. Agent Weems and Sergeant Donovan began set up on a perimeter positions north of Agent Newhard. Agent Newhard exited his marked patrol unit, gave verbal orders to the female, and began to pursue the female on foot. Agent Newhard continued to pursue the female northbound on South Owen Street into the west side of the 10880 West Alameda Avenue Grease Monkey parking lot. While Agent Newhard was chasing the female northbound, Sergeant Donovan parked in the intersection of West Alameda Avenue and South Owen Street, and Agent Weems parked just north of the Grease Monkey on West Alameda Avenue. The positioning of the three Lakewood police agents, along with the Grease Monkey's building itself, created a box around the fleeing female suspect. The female suspect stopped fleeing from agents, refused to listen to verbal commands, and drew firearm out of her hoodie sweatshirt. Agents Newhard, Weems, and Sergeant Donovan drew their duty weapons and aimed at the female suspect. She continued to refuse verbal commands and began to raise her weapon and aim and sweep her gun across all three agents. In response to the suspect's actions, all 3 agents fired their duty weapons at the female. As shots were fired, Agent Weems was struck in the face and sustained a moderate injury to his right jawline. At the time of the shooting, Agent Weems and other agents on the scene believed that the suspect's gunfire had injured him. It was later determined to have occurred from agent fire and shrapnel ricocheting off the solid brick wall and striking Agent Weems. Despite the injury to his face, Agent Weems, along with Agent Newhart, began to perform life-saving measures immediately on the downed suspect. Sergeant Donovan immediately began to lead the incident. Agents Tabor Anderson, Chuck Vogel, Zach Cook, and Callie Booker arrived at the Grease Monkey just after the shooting and assisted in life-saving measures for the suspect. At one point, Agent Anderson transitioned from treating the suspect to treating Agent Weems and his facial injury. Ultimately, the suspect succumbed to her injuries from gunfire at St. Anthony's Hospital. The second female suspect was located a short time later, with the third adult female suspect in Frederick, Colorado, where they were taken into custody. These 2 suspects were located by the great work of numerous agents and detectives of the Lakewood Police Department. Sergeant Donovan and Agent Newhart, for your selfless and courageous actions, we are honored to award you the Lakewood Police Department Medal of Distinguished Service. Agent Weems, for your bravery, professionalism, and selfless and courageous actions, we are honored to award you the Lakewood Police Department Medal of Distinguished Service and the Purple Heart. Congratulations. As we conclude our ceremonies this afternoon, I'd like to invite Chief Smith back up to the stage.
Almost don't leave John up here. He's smooth as silk. Today's recognitions are just an example of the selfless actions performed by the Lakewood Police Department and their employees and members of our community on a daily basis. They accomplish something we should all strive for, and that is to make the lives of others better and to serve without reward. For that, I ask you to give our recipients one final round of applause. Myself and my enormous ego would love to take credit for this entire ceremony, but that would not be good. Commander Adrian Aldrete, outstanding job. Alderette, all right. I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyways, and Jennifer Henderson, outstanding. And there were many others, but those are the 2 that are probably wound up so bad they need to decompress. But they did a great job. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope this continues to grow. We're going to do the best we can to show off the wonderful product and professionalism that happens here. I know the city officials and my boss, you must be saying, I can't believe this stuff happens in Lakewood. Is this a Quentin Tarantino movie? No, it's not. What it is a normal day-to-day thing, but we're up to the task, and we're going to clean it up. We're going to improve the quality of life here, onward and onward, as it has been done, and it will be going forward. This concludes the ceremony, and thank you all for coming, and take care of each other. Be well and be safe.